This is completely amazing. I've never seen anything like it in all my years of working on old bikes. I pulled the case cover, and you can see there's some little pieces of black in there. Very, very few. You can see it around the bearings here. And this is the stock belt, came with it. The belt does not look in bad shape, but that doesn't mean after 22 years that it isn't shot. This belt needs to be replaced right here. And you see how that is going up and down like that? It's because in the clutch, right here, there is a center spring, okay? And it's right in here, all right? And after all these years, it's worn out or it's lost its tension. Now these parts they're not really expensive at all. They're just, you can't just go down to Walmart and buy them. So I would say on the drive unit, it needs a new belt, just like this. Honda can sell it. You may be able to find it online if you know what you're looking for. And then you need a center clutch mainspring. Now the reason they do this is because in little scooters they have constant velocity clutches and things like that. Well, a scooter has basically a low speed and a high speed. And it is set in a low speed right now with this on the very top of the clamshell pulley. Now when the spring gets enough tension on it, which is this spring here, this clamshell pulley will contract. It'll push it'll open, I'm sorry. And it pushes the belt all the way down to the axle. And the front, instead of being on the axle, will go all the way up to the top here. It's all controlled by these springs. These springs lose their tension in time, especially this much time. The engine has to rev up so far in first gear or low gear before the transmission kicks into the second gear or high gear. They're geared like that. It's all done at the factory. It's not something good or bad or anything. It's just what makes them run. So we need a new belt and we need a new center clutch spring. This one is I just showed you an example. This is for my bike over here with the big 34 or 36 Sudco on it. Stock ones they're just kind of ordinary colored. But then again, if you're out there and you're going to take these apart, you're going to have to know how to take the clutch apart, how to take the clutch off. The clutch is under this bell housing, right? Here is the front variator, which is this silver part right here. Underneath it is a bunch of little weights. They could be sealed or unsealed. It depends. I'm not sure how this one works. But you have to know how to take this stuff off too without damaging things. And I've done it. I've taken that apart a million times at least. So I might take it apart and look at it, but I don't know because I know what I'm going to find. Also, this is where the oil is kept for your rear transmission, which is just a little reservoir right here. And after I take this plug out, it will drop oil into this tray, and I'll put in some new oil in there, just to make sure. I might even give it an oil change. I'm not sure. I've got 7 days of work in front of me at the shop, and I won't be able to do it any more work for a week. So I'm going to get everything running I can for the customer, like I said I would. And I'm absolutely amazed the shape this bike is in for being 2001. That's the first time that cover's been off. And it has 1,373 original miles. So that means it almost hasn't reached break-in. Now, if there's a problem with the valves or adjusting the valves, I don't do valves. All my two-strokes don't have valves. They have reed valves. And that's my thing, is reed valves. I can do reed valves all day long, everywhere. And this is another thing too I wanted to point out as long as I was here. Well, I got to charge the battery up here. I'm going to talk about the pistons and why it's important to buy a quality motorcycle. Okay, those are two pistons, one left from a 50cc. On the right, it's well, it's a little bit bigger than an 80cc, which is what's in this bike. Okay, I'm going to charge this up some more.